Hey everyone, this is Jono from Veracity with another video in my video series. It has been a while. I took a little time off on the videos, trying to get a start on a new series going into this year, and this video is really a great place to start. It's not picking up some of the technical topics we were working on last year, and instead it's kind of going into some information about the LRS itself. I will say, January 12th, 2024. This video will be stale eventually because I'm going to talk about a new feature that you can turn on and off, and eventually it's just going to be the way the system is, so you won't have the ability to go back to the old way at some point. So if you are watching this video months and months after January 2024, this may no longer apply. Okay, so let's get right into a demonstration today. I've got an LRS up here, and you can see, let me see if I move my little bar here, this new, highlight it, try new UI button. Love that arrow at the bottom of the screen. Right now, you can see things look like it always has. And if I were to, go into my test LRS, for example, looks like it always did. Go back out to the home page. Again, looks like it always did. Now, if I come down to the bottom and I click that try our new user interface button, you'll see the screen flashes, and here we go. Things look different. I will say, for all of you that may be users of the system and worried, in general, it works the same way. Things are where they used to be, where you will expect them to be. Other than that, spacing's a bit more consistent and margins are a bit more consistent and some of the icons have changed. But in general, the system works very similarly to the way it did before. For those of you that are on LRS.io, you may see that UI button, try our new UI. And notice now that I'm in the new UI, if I highlight this again, it says revert UI. So this is how I could change back if I don't like it or, something's not working. By the way, let us know if that occurs. You can always revert back to the way that it always was. Yeah, so that's about it. I wanted to show you two things, just two, I think, that are a little bit different in an LRS and actually pretty cool. So let's go into my test LRS here. And I'm going to open up, this is just one, it kind of is the same for most of the different tables that are in the system. But I'm going to go to agent profile here, and I know I just have one in here. And when you look at this table, you might think, unlike tables in the last system, there's no way to do a search or to filter that. But if you go into the little drop down here, say above my name, my agent name here, and say filter by agent name, it'll open up those boxes. So if you ever get into a table, and this is everywhere throughout the system, all of the tables for the most part are consistent now and behave the same way. So make sure you look for those menus if there is a feature that you were using before and isn't by default shown. I'm going to go into the statement viewer. Statement viewer, again, looks pretty similar to the way it did before. Spacing and icons are a little bit different. Just like the last time, you can configure. So I'm going to click configure up here on the right. And this looks a little bit different. I can toggle on and off things. I'm going to need that response for what I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm going to turn it on. Custom fields work like the last time, except they're not all on the same page. You've got these tabs across the top. So let me choose a custom field. I would like object, definition, type for what I'm going to show you next. Add the field, and you'll see it shows up. And on and on. Filters, you can add a filter, you can save and load reports like you could before, except it's a little bit different in that it's tabbed. So if you are a user that often configures your statement viewer and digs for information, it'll be a little bit different when you are configuring it. I really like the layout of this. It makes better use of the space. I think you'll find that as well. So Yeah, let's show you a couple other things that are a little bit different. So if you remember, I make in these videos, and I know other folks do as well, heavy use of these. I call them the spread operators. So, in this current view of statements, you used to be able to go in here and click and get a spread of all of the different values that are in this column, in this view, the way it's configured. I can still do that. You notice I have this drop down, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Let me just say 5,000 values table. So what this is giving me is the top 5,000 values of object definition type as the statement viewer was just configured, which I basically had it showing everything. And you can see we've got CMI interactions and lessons and videos and stuff. And just like the last time, if you want to filter on CMI interactions, you can click the filter here. It'll take you back to the statement viewer and it will filter based on that type. So if I change this up a little bit again, you can see now we're just looking at CMI interaction activities. That's great. Let's go a little bit further in filtering. I want to look maybe for a true-false question. Here's one. Let's filter again, not by just CMI interaction, but by this object, which is, I guess, some question on an assessment. Looks like a true-false to me at a glance. Filter on that. So now we're looking just here at question 470. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different. So remember, we're configured. We're looking at CMI interactions and this particular interaction. I'm going to go to the spread operator. So I could do what I did before and just kind of show the values and how many times they occur in this particular configuration. But let's look at some of these other things. Let's check out the pie chart, for example. So this is pretty cool. Now for that particular question, we've done a spread of the learner response, and you can see 6.3% of the users said false and 93.8% said true. So this is a really quick way to get in and look at a graph. You can do also a, let's see, bar chart. So if your data is better for that, you can, I just did the object ID. Of course, they're all the same because I have it filtered. Let me go back and do it based on the response. Here we go. Bar chart based on the response. Same type of information we had in the pie chart. And there's also a time series. So let me do the result over time. And these were the true and falses over time. So there you go. Some new features, some new UI, and let's say that, you're, back at your test LRS homepage and, you don't like it or you're not familiar, you can't find something. Revert URI will get you back to the way it always was. All right. I think that's we're going to go ahead and call it today. I'm glad to be doing these videos. Again, we'll get into some more technical topics this year. I'm really thinking about doing a just kind of intro to XAPI series, a longer series that really does deep dives into the different parts of XAPI, but we'll see. We'll try to get them out weekly again. But for now, check out the new user interface if you are an LRS.io user. And again, if you're watching this much after January 2024, it might be a bit stale. All right, if you like this and the other videos, please click that thumbs up and or subscribe. Thanks and have a good one.